affection. Finna give you my safest affection. Girl, you light up my soul like a Benson. Never knew you was the belly dancer. Baby girl, this your matter no random. It is about the time and affection. This your body, you put me for ransom. It remembers this kind of attention.
Okay, this next story comes out of left field for me. I didn't know what the hell was going on, but apparently Megan Fox is going at it with Robbie Starbuck over the gender non-binary aspects of her children. Reporting live, Bob from Channel 8.
Reporting live from Spirit Squad Worldwide. Bob from Channel 8. Bob.
According to Robbie Starbucks, these are Megan Fox's sons. We used to live in the same gated community and our kids played at the park. I saw two of them have a full-on breakdown saying they were forced by their mom to wear girls' clothes as their nanny tried to console them. It's pure child abuse. Pray for them. Reporting live, Bob from Channel 8.
Reporting live from Spirit Squad Worldwide. Bob from Channel 8. Bob.
Okay, so Megan Fox then claps back and she says, I really don't want to give you this attention because clearly you're a clout chaser, but let me teach you something. Irregardless of how desperate you may become at any given time to acquire wealth, power, success, or fame, never use children as leverage or social currency, especially under the malevolence and erroneous pretense exploiting my children's gender identity to gain attention in your political campaign has put you on the wrong side of the universe. I have been burned at the stake by insecure, narcissistic, impotent little men like you many times, and yet I'm still here. You done fuck with the wrong witch. That's what she said.
Now you gonna do that shit at Gene House. Don't come over here with that bullshit. Shut the fuck up for real.
Okay.
I realize that it's a little bit political and this can get a little bit spooky ooky. I don't know if I could really roll with it. You know, I might end up slapping the hell out of one of my sisters. So I don't know if it's for me. But much love to anybody that's down with it. Kudos to you. I realize that it's a little bit political and this can get a little bit spooky.
Kiki. Hush before I give you a new cut and color.
Let me get a new style.
Okay, nigga please.
Nigga please.
Okay, so I'm looking at the picture right now. Her children do appear to be interchanging their gender. They look like they're playing with a bang on one of the oldest sons. The other ones have their hair very long, but they're dressed more masculine than it looks like the tallest one is. And who am I and who are you to judge how somebody else is allowing them children to express their gender identity? You know, we're not ones to say. It's not our place, okay? Because one of the biggest tenets that I live my life by is mind your business and mind the business that fucking pays you. Okay? That's one of the biggest things. So, for me, you know, as a gender non-binary individual, I wouldn't wish this life on any child, to be honest with you. But I also would not rebuke my child's gender expression as they're growing up either. Okay? Just to be honest with you. I wouldn't. If my child comes home like I did at 14-year-old with acrylic nails on, I'm not going to subjugate my child to my own discretion in saying that I don't want you to be raised in this way because of the persecution that you might meet by ignorant bigots like Mr. Starbuck here. Okay, that's what I would say. But I would educate my child as to what I went through being as expressive as I am about my gender roles. Luckily, Megan Fox is a millionaire. Luckily, Megan Fox lives in a gated community and their children can be raised in a safe environment enough to express their gender roles in the way that they are doing at this moment in motherfucking goddamn gay time. Okay? So, let's put this in context real quick. Okay? Alright, because this deals with something I'm very passionate about, gender ambiguity, I feel the need to say this. I am not transgender. I am also gender non-binary, okay? I am a male, I have a big penis, and it's going nowhere, okay? At the age of 13 years old, I decided that I wanted to experiment with clothing. At that point in time, I was being called a cross-dresser or a faggot growing up in middle and high school. Now, in my mind, that did not resonate with me. A cross-dresser is one of those hairy janitors that you see wearing a woman's dress to the Dungeon Gay Club in the backside of an alley. That is a cross-dresser. A cross-dresser to me is somebody who puts on a Wonder Woman costume at the middle of the night after she's given his wife a sleeping pill so they can go frolic and be as free as he wants to be. That didn't define me. I did not accept that from me. So I then said, I'm just going to be me and do me. In the past 5 years, we've added gender non-binary to the spectrum of LGBTQ, RSTUVWXYZ, and I will say that I'm standing proudly as a gender non-binary individual. But do I wish that level of persecution on children? I do not. But if my child came to me and said to me, Dad or Mom or whatever you're going to call me, this is how I want to adorn myself, I will make sure that my child is prepared. I might move out of the South so my child can have a better education and feel accepted for being who they are exploring that they want to become. And I feel it's a very liberal mentality and democratic mentality that I have. But I feel if the world operated like that, we would be in a much more accepting place. Yes, I am going to enter the political arena when I'm 35 years old, because you got to be 35 to even run for city council out here. Okay, but yeah, I'm very passionate about it. I naturally, when I read the story, I don't feel like any mother would willingly adorn the gender of their children in a way that goes against the grain. However, Megan Fox is a magical practitioner. More specifically, she is of the pagan variety. The reason that I know that is because when she got married to my husband, Machine Gun Kelly, they got engaged. They got voodoo dolls tattooed on their ring fingers. One of the big tenets in paganism is the appropriation of other religion and other cultures. And as an oracle, I have to respect it. She's pagan, and I know that their practices are a bit avant-garde for the natural African-based witch. Okay. She is not a voodoo practitioner, so for her to get voodoo dolls tattooed on her is a sign of appropriation. But it's a tenet in paganism that they have to seek the energy from other cultures, religions, and practices to re-emphasize their craft as the all-knowing craft of paganism. So I'm educated on who she is and what she does. They have different cultural beliefs. They view things differently when it comes to childbearing. The witch of a pagan religion is in control of the man. So a lot of times you'll see Machine Gun Kelly submit to Megan Fox. You've even seen on last Halloween, he had Megan on a dog chain, but he had on a dog collar himself. The roles are typically reversed. If you watch Machine Gun Kelly's video starring Megan Fox, she running him in the video. This is a hint to what these people believe in. Now, I'm not one to judge nobody's belief, but I'm also not one to judge culture based upon a belief that might adorn children in a different way. We don't know what they practice. We don't know what they do in the comforts of their own home. But what I will say is I know that Robbie Starbuck targeted her for a political gain. Okay, I do know that, and I don't need cards for this. I looked him up politically before I got on here in the car on the way back from the sheriff's department, and he is extremely Republican. He wants to get transgenders banned. He wants to have the bathrooms labeled. He was a part of making it a crime to use the bathroom if you are transgender without your designated restroom card being validated in X, Y, and Z. So he picked someone who he had a personal interaction with, exploited them for political gain, just as Megan Fox has detailed in the comment of her clapback that is still posted on her page today. All I'm going to say is this. I'm not going to pull a card on this because I learned my lesson from reading these witches from Azalea Banks. I'm not going to read it. But what I will say I will say is, Megan, I stand with you. I stand with you in solidarity. Shouldn't nobody tell you how to dress your children. Shouldn't nobody tell you that you can't have your children express themselves in a certain type of way. I do want to read Robbie, though, and see if he is lying about them having a breakdown. In this thing, he's saying they had a full-down breakdown, saying they were forced by their mom to wear the girl clothes. I want to see if that's true, but first I'm going to pull a card to see if I am able to read Robbie because Megan Fox is involved. One moment. Spirit guides of Megan Fox, is it okay for me to touch this with love and light? No, it is not. This is actually the devil in my tarot deck. I am going to leave this alone and respect him. But so I'll reiterate, look, and I'll just pull the card back up again. As you guys can see, this is Draconis. Draconis is a demon in my tarot deck, and I don't want no parts of it, okay? I've learned my lesson from Damzelia Banks, but what I will say is that, in my opinion, he exploited something, and to me, it feels like a fucking lie. I would be interested to hear your thoughts in the comment section, but for me, it's too much neck.
Too much.